I'm WA6LBU, Chairman of the Board, and welcome to the July edition of the board meeting. We will start with a roll call to see who's here, starting with the first call area.
First call area present, KB1XP.
Okay, thank you. Second. Third is here.
AE3HAY.
Okay, fourth area.
Present, K9GWS.
Fifth area, WA6LBU. Sixth area.
Sixth area, present, WY6N.
Looked like you were doing the astronaut test there for a minute, Wayne, spinning around in the chair. Seventh area.
KE7RG, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Eighth area.
Whiskey 8, November Echo Tango. Here.
Ninth area.
W9ROG present.
Okay, 10th area.
A0HF is here.
DX.
B3CMB and VA3YKT. We're here.
Okay, Vice President.
AA1 and A here.
Okay, yeah, President.
L7OR here.
Looks like everybody's here except one. Rather two. One's missing. So with that, we will slide down to the May meeting or May minutes. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any corrections or questions? Accepted by acclamation? Not seeing.
That's where everybody says acclaim.
As long as they don't say acclaim, we'll be okay. Okay. No problems with the minutes. We have the June financials.
No, we have second set of minutes.
Oh, we do. I'm sorry. I apologize. I even knew that. Okay. Those were the May minutes. June minutes. Are there any questions or changes to the June minutes?
This was for the special election of two masters.
Thank you. Okay, hearing none. Approved by acclamation. I'm not seeing any shaking heads. And on to, let's see, am I on the right agenda? I'm doing this on my phone and the writing is very small, so I apologize. Okay, on to the June financials. Are there any questions for Gary on the financials?
I can look in the report, but Gary, did the check come back, get cashed from Florida, the $62.50?
Yes.
Okay. If you could check it and let me know the date it was cashed, I'd appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, any additional questions? Okay, approved by acclamation. Nobody's shaking their head, so we'll move on. We're down to reports. Are there any questions on the reports? I will give an eyeball or verbal eyeball report. We have now, I guess we can call it 31 days till the eyeball. The food is coming along really well. I have just spent a ton of money at not Jimmy John's, Billy Sims barbecue for the Friday evening meal. I purchased for 60 people, so we'll probably have some leftovers if anybody wants any.
And that station was Kilo 6
and
Delta, India. Roger.
The venue is still up to speed. I'll be writing them a check for the actual rent this week. We have to give that to them 2 weeks ahead, but steady as she goes. all is well. And so with that, any questions? Okay, none heard. Old business, none. New business, none. Down to question and answers with the directors and officers. Dean, do you want to do that?
Yeah,
Do
I've got
your announcement?
I've got kind of an announcement. So I think we've worked out what we're going to do in terms of nets surrounding the eyeball. Is everybody sitting down? I hope you are. From August 11th through the 24th, we're going to be running special nets on all the side bend nets for that 2-week period of time. And what's special about it is that we are going to run an abbreviated rodeo. And what that is that instead of 60 seconds, it's 30 seconds. There will be no help. There will be no wake-ups. There'll be no relays. It's just going to be 30 seconds. And if you're not prepared, then we go on to the next person. And I think this will satisfy and let everybody give an opportunity, because we have a lot of people doing a lot of traveling over these 2 weeks period of time. And it's going to give us plenty of opportunity. Second, Thursday is reserved for QRP digital nets. Kurt is taking care of the scheduling of what that's going to look like. My own vote now is that we have a 20-meter CW, but it's really up to Kurt of what he feels is best for the group that's there. And then, of course, Friday morning we will do the 3 sideband nets, QRP sideband nets, and then we'll probably figure out as we get closer to the eyeball whether or not we're going to be running any nets from the eyeball site. We haven't buttoned that one down yet. So, any questions? Wow. I will be putting out an email toward the end of the month, basically lining out what we're going to do with these special nets. But I think that in talking to a couple of the NCSs and one of the coordinators, is 30 seconds is a whole lot less than a lot of our stations normally do to make a call. So the idea here is that, like I said, I just want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity. And Kurt, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kurt and Gene have worked out kind of this plan that we're going to have 5 masters on the 4 corners at the same time on Monday night after the eyeball. So this is going to play really important if you want to work a lot of stations at the 4 corners. It'll really benefit. So,
Dean, I always comment. Can I just make a comment?
No, you're not allowed. You have to be quiet. No, go ahead.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking to myself, and I haven't thought this through because this is the first I've heard of it. So, if we've got one of the stations coming to the eyeball who's mobile in Wyoming, I don't know, and one of the regular check-ins really needs Wyoming for an award for his 2K or 1K or whatever. It seems to be limiting their amount of time, and it also seems to be steering it towards the people with great antennas and high power so that they can go off and make a whole pile of contacts in 30 seconds, and the average Joe can't. Over.
I'm not sure if I understand what I mean. So let me paraphrase. What you're saying is that you're drawing question to the fact that somebody may be able to make 2 or 3 contacts in that 30 seconds, while somebody else may only be able to make 1.
Somebody else may be only able to make 0 contacts in that 30 seconds.
Right.
Because they don't have 1,500 watts in a nice big old 160 meter full wave loop.
Remember, Craig, when you're doing a rodeo, when you're on a call, that concludes that one. So if someone does one beyond the 30 seconds and he needs more time, it's no problem for the last contact for a rodeo.
Yeah. No, I'm not questioning the rules of the rodeo. I'm questioning the validity of implementing a rodeo concept while people are traveling to the eyeball in states they haven't been in before.
I might can address that, Greg.
And okay,
Sorry. But hey, just because it's a rodeo, it's not just one round. There will be more than one round. So I guess what they're saying is you can, when it's your turn, you can make as many contacts you want in 30 seconds. It kind of just keeps the net moving. I think it'll keep the net moving faster.
certainly understand that, Kirk. Absolutely. And I understand the second round is there. But if I'm running 100 watts and a small little antenna, I might need my couple of minutes to make the contact I really, really, really need to make. And a rodeo will not allow me to do that, especially a rodeo that we're limiting to 30 seconds.
Well, it's only limited for the 30 seconds, but when a contact is trying to be made, it's no limited for the last contact. So it's 30 seconds or 3 minutes or 5 minutes for the last contact.
Okay, so if I'm trying to make a contact in a rodeo that's now 30 seconds long, and I go 35, 40, 50, 1 minute, 2 minutes, that's still valid?
You can, yeah,
Yes.
you're gonna let to finish it. You will be able to finish your contact.
Well, we
Yeah.
certainly need to make sure NCSs understand that, because typically rodeos that are 60 minutes long, and I've been there, I haven't
But
done.
no, it's not true. To always,
Gene,
always the
Gene, what do you mean it's not true? I've witnessed it. Okay, so once you come up to your 60 seconds, that is it. Okay, maybe so. That's why I'm saying NCSs need to certainly understand, because so that we're all the NCSs are doing this consistently.
I got a question.
Go
Is
ahead,
there-
Robin.
So
all right,
so
is there only going to be a rodeo, or are there going to be regular nets as well?
there could be rodeo nets. I mean, if you only want to make one call, make one call. I mean, it's whatever you need to do. But what I'm saying is that from a standpoint of rodeo, is that once you go beyond 30 seconds, you won't be given an opportunity to make another call. And that's what we do at rodeos. That's what we've always done at rodeos. Okay, we've got one person that's probably going to take 4 or 5 minutes, and that's just going to be the fact of the way it goes. But here's what I'm doing, folks, is that we have a set of policies in our club, and our policy states that we're limited to 1 call per round for the first round for regular nets. And by virtue of calling this a special net, we can get around that, so we can do 2 calls. But if we do 2 calls, why don't we just do it rodeo style and give everybody 30 seconds? And if they make 3 calls or 4 calls, then they're ahead of the game.
Certainly agree, Dean. As long as NCS knows, and Gene, don't jump in again, because if you do, I'm going to jump back at you, buddy. As long as NCS knows that the person making their first call in a 30-second rodeo can take 60 seconds, can take 90 seconds, can take a minute if need be. They only get the 1 call.
Right. That's correct.
Okay.
So,
like I said, the other people are going to skim through it. The other people, what I've learned about rodeos that have been away from the eyeball is you really need a plan. When you know it's going to be a rodeo, once that checking list put together, you got to put together a plan. Because if you wait until your turn to put together a plan, you may only work 1 or 2 people. But if you put together a plan, you might work 3 or 4 or 5. And so my whole thing about, and I'll try to make that on my email is that as we see these check-in lists, because I'll tell you, on Monday night, there's going to be 60 lines reserved to 5 people on the check-in list. 60. How do you navigate that? And it's going to be a real challenge on whoever the net control stations are for Monday night, because each one of the masters is going to have 3 call signs in 4 states, you do the math, it is basically 60. So once these masters get checked in, we're going to have a horrendous list to root. Thanks to
So, and Dean, the reason this helps with all of that, number one, it should speed things up a little bit. But secondly, you've got all these people out there that are burning fuel to try to give you contacts. And, if they can get more contacts, it's good for them. And so, I think that's where the real benefit is going to come from here.
So anyway, I will craft an email, and if I've missed a point when you see it later in the month, just let me know and I can revise it. Okay, but I'll try to write in terms of NIT controls, and then basically what station can look forward to by this these special nets. So
You said that's the Monday after the eyeball is over?
The master thing.
Yes.
Yeah, Monday night on the Monday after the eyeball, there'll be 5 masters on 4 corners.
Maybe I won't leave the eyeball on Sunday and come back to Ottawa. Maybe I'll have 4 corners, which I was actually going to do before the eyeball.
Jump in, Craig. We
become number 6.
We got room. We have room.
5 masters, 4 corners.
Six
We're just going to call it the
Mm.
master tree killing QSL distributing net.
I think Doug's had his hand up for a while here.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I have a question or two. I believe that when Dean first began, he said 30 seconds with no assistance. That means relays won't be saying long string, Doug, long string, because they couldn't hear me.
Nope.
I think that's true. And then, so my question that arises is, will there be stations to confirm each call as they're made, or how is that adjudicated?
We do it like a regular masters night, or a regular rodeo night. Is at the end of it, the NCS makes the determination, say Roger contacts, and he goes to the next call. All right.
Okay, so he'll cover all your contacts when you're done.
This is not new, Doug. This is not new to the club.
I've never experienced it. We got a lot of new people that have never experienced it. So I just want to make sure I know what to expect.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you and this may not sound good, but I think that we may have some new stations, but I think the new stations may get kind of overwhelmed with what we're doing for those couple of weeks. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to benefit the members so that for example, 5 people go to the Tri-Point, and 4 of the people get a lot of contacts, and 1 person's left with just a handful, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
because of just the way things work. So.
Yep. Well, I appreciate it because I'm driving 3,500 miles or so to get to the eyeball.
Go ahead, Kurt. You had your hand up.
Hey, last year I think we implemented the suspending the 2 calls for news stations. I liked it. Can we do that again for the weekend?
Yeah, we can noodle that. Why don't you get back with me, Kurt, and let's you and I get this thing on paper, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
So this would really, I mean, I think what Dean is proposing would really eliminate that anyhow, Kurt. I mean, you're going to have your 30 seconds that you can call whoever you want to call in that period of time.
Right. But if it's stated at the beginning of the net, I think might cut down. And if we put it out on the reflector some, hopefully eliminate 4 questions during the course of the net. But do I get a second call?
Right.
Yeah. Well, last year during the eyeball, I mean, this might even be more intimidating, but I think all of these stations with all these clubs and special events scare away newbies during that period of time anyhow, because we had very few new check-ins during the eyeball week last year, I mean.
I think the last time that I saw a rodeo run, there really weren't any new check-ins willing to stick around. They were lost.
And that's okay for a week or two, you know?
And they are certainly fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Make
We'll-
contacts.
We'll get the word out, Craig. We'll get the word out, and like I said, once you see it, if you've got any questions, get back with either Kurt and I, and we'll get it corrected. Okay. But I think this should be a lot of fun. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's left here is we need to determine from Clay what the radio opportunity is going to be at the eyeball, and what we want to do about it, whether we want to run nets or not. In this kind of environment, there's pros and cons of each. We may choose not to, and just basically have radios available so that people that don't want to go out can, kind of pass the mic when it's their turn. So
Well,
that's a lot of fun too. We haven't done that.
my understanding is that Kirk's bringing a QRO station. Gene's bringing his rig. I'm getting an amplifier for his station. I believe there is a diplexer or some type of
Duplex.
Filter.
filter
Yeah,
to
this-
prevent interference when it's 40 and hang on a
75.
second.
75.
No, my computer is trying to do an update.
Huh.
Okay.
Are there any more questions? And I'll turn it back over to Clay. I mean, like I said, it's sort of a creative idea of improving the fun and maybe coming home with having to fill out more cards you ever had before in your life. But what can I say?
I think just for discussion or thinking out loud, I think running nets from the eyeball, like on the early nets, is excellent. Running nets from the eyeball, late nets, that's a late night.
Yeah, but the problem, the other side of that is that for the early nets, the sun is still out. So there's pros and cons of both.
Yeah, Kurt, I think we should consider not running nets from the eyeball this year with this format. And the problem you have is you have the net controller there, then you have about 10 guys standing behind them who are trying to also use the same radio. And if somebody's trying to cruise through a bunch of, calls in 30 seconds, that's going to be messy, really messy.
So I will put it to Kurt and myself to line up NCSs for that period of time and to make sure that they are well educated. I know that Mark is new to this, and he's going to say, "You want to do what?" but he'll do okay. But I think it's up to Kurt and I to get those NCSs lined up. And Gary, I think that's a great idea. I do.
Of course,
if somebody wants to run the late net on either night from the eyeball, that's fine. But I think the early nets, we should just limit it to people wanting to get on the air. So
It would be nice
Right, Gary?
also if your message that you send out would promote the use of Quick QSL or CC Logger for sending digital cards. To just explain that you can save a lot of money by sending digital cards and encourage everybody to accept them.
I will do that individually. I won't do that on behalf of the club. I don't want to start promoting either my solution or somebody else's solution. So if you've got an idea, I would suggest get a hold of Dave and Debbie or one of you and let them know. But I will put out a notice, about the value of sending things electronically. So not a problem. Okay, Clay, back to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any other discussion?
Well, how about
Go ahead, Greg.
I'm
ahead,
joking. I'm joking, guys. I know it's still being recorded, but I'm joking.
No, I figured you were.
Always one.
Always seems to be the same Canadian.
Listen, Canada's got 10,000 unemployed comedians, and here I am trying to be a comedian.
And you're not one of them.
I'm trying to be one.
That's okay. You are always funny. In most cases, we'll put it that way.
Did the flame war
Oh,
today get
I
calmed
want to hear
down?
what Craig has to say. I want to hear what Craig has to say.
I don't think he had anything to say. I think he was just joshing.
You think he's going to bloviate? That was my word of the week a couple weeks ago.
What is that? Oh, maybe we should shut the net first. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bloviate
Robin,
means
hang on a second,
speaking
Craig.
and saying a lot of words and saying absolutely nothing. It can usually be applied. In,
537 members of Congress and our country's leadership.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, hang on a second. Robin had a question. I'm pointing at Robin on my screen and it's not working. Robin, you had a question.
Did we almost had a flame war going by email today. Did that get calmed down? Everything okay?
That's it.
I think
I
it
missed
will,
it.
Robin. I think it will.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Gene.
Gene, I think you had your hand up.
Yeah, I just want to make one other
Gene.
request. Let me make
That was Gene with a G, golf, G.
Go ahead, Dean.
Settle down, Mr. President. Go ahead, Gene, with a G.
If hopefully everyone saw my email for the modified tandem motion that will be hopefully the September meeting, right, Dean? But think about any questions or concerns. All the committees have the information as well. You got it, Eric?
Yeah, we have your second version, Gene, so we'll take a look at it. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think Ben has it as well. And let me know if you have any questions or concerns about. And I'm sorry, the sexy guy in New York is distracting me.
Nice.
Back to you, Clay.
Okay, thank you. It's okay. Used to do ATV, and we had a guy who would get on the nets without a shirt on, and he'd stand up, and we're like going, "Please have clothes on. Please have clothes on." Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, it's just one request, folks, is unless you've got something that's really, really important, I would appreciate it if we postpone any motions that we can't postpone a month to September rather than bring them to the eyeball. Not saying we can't do it. I'm just saying is that if it's important. I am praying and hoping that we have one more master between now and the eyeball. I mean, that's my request. And it would be nice if it was a week before, but I can't plan that way. But anyway, if it does happen before that, we'll have another special board meeting. But if you just sort of, like I said, unless something's really important, we can postpone until September like we've done. And that way we can use the general membership meeting as the Q&A for the other members with the board there and be able to answer questions. So,
and that's going to be August 16th, Saturday at the eyeball, right?
Correct.
The third Saturday of the month.
Right.
Okay.
We're still going to do a board meeting. We're still going to do the approval of the minutes and the financials. And we won't hopefully have any new business. We won't have any old business, but we won't have any new, hopefully we won't have new business.
Yeah.
And we did during that meeting, and then we start the general membership meeting.
And may I remind all directors that the bylaw rule or the proxy rules are different for the in-person eyeball meeting. So please consult the bylaws or check with a bylaw expert like Eric about what you have to do. Basically, you can assign anybody in any call area to be your proxy at that meeting instead of having to be within your call area. Right, Eric? Good. Sometimes I read it correctly.
Wait, Doug, you can read?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We know he can type.
Okay. Robin, did you get your question in? Okay, I saw your lips move, but I didn't hear anything. Nod.
He's muted.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then I guess we can. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yeah,
Yes.
motion to adjourn.
Okay. Uh-oh, we're done.